been knocked down, but we ain't knocked out. We got to get up. We got to get up. And I thought our players got up, and it was just a heightened focus and urgency, really, as an organization, as there should be. And we know there are going to be tough times, and what do we do next?
ULM's Week 2 loss to Alabama was one that stung heading into the bye week. Though that was no good feeling, it was one Vincent says his team needed early in the season. Now they are on to the next one, a road trip to take on UTEP.
Coming off really a defining week. A lot of people call it a bye week or an open week, and I felt like this was a defining week, for this football team. Coming off of really getting our teeth knocked out, and that's totally on me. But we're past that, and we're moving forward. And, we've got a really good UTEP team sitting here in front of us, this Saturday night. We've got to go on the road and play in the Sun Bowl, against a really good team. But I think our team has taken steps. We've taken strides. We've got a good attitude. We got a good mindset. I think we've had a lot of growth last week and needed to.
UTEP is coming off a 27-10 loss to 8th-ranked Texas, but that final score is not indicative of how the Miners performed. Vincent says the Warhawks are heading into a tough environment to take on a very talented football team who executes well in all three phases. Though it is going to be tough, he says they are ready for the challenge with an opportunity to get back on track.
I think you sit there and you look at them, and I think they're top 5 in the country in tackles for loss. They had 10.5 sacks going into Texas. They play extremely hard. They're well coached. They swarm to the football. They play with a lot of effort and a lot of toughness. They do a lot of movement, bring a lot of pressure on defense. So, we've got our hands full, against a really good active defense. Then offensively, they've got speed. They're wide receivers. They can really run. And Malachi Nelson, their quarterback, he's accurate, and he can make every throw on the field. They're going to play tempo. They're going to spread us out wide. We've got to be able to adjust. They're going to run a lot of their inside and outside zone, RPOs. So we've got our hands full. They're really good in the kicking game. So, hey, and this tells you something too. So their home opener, they have an hour and a half lightning delay. 31,000 fans stayed. And that tells you something about their buy-in behind their football program. So we're expecting an electric crowd. We're expecting a rowdy crowd 8 o'clock at night. And, it's going to be an opportunity for this team, to go out and play a really good football team in a good environment.
Coming off a bye week, the Warhawks have had a week to really look at themselves in the mirror and make a decision on how they respond. That decision has been made evident with how they have attacked each and every day in preparation.
I think without a doubt you can say there's been laser focus, extreme focus, looking, ourselves in the mirror and also owning it. And without a doubt, there's laser focus.
Reporting on ULM Warhawk football, I'm Sports Director Zach Richardson.